Hello from Jeju Island. Today in Odoge Sea Stack. Let me show you. So that's the main attraction on this trail. I got a few nice photos here and there's no one around at the moment, so I wanted to make a video about a trending new app I've seen called the T app. And basically what it does is that it's an app that allows women, it's for women dating and how they can talk about the guys, kind of review the guys they date. But this isn't about what the app does, but how it got hacked. Because most people don't think about the security of their websites, of their apps. And today I wanted to talk to you about what happened to them and what we can learn for the apps that we create. And just as a disclaimer, this is from the findings I found online from using ChatGPT. And then, so this is me synthesizing the information as of my understanding. And it turns out how this app works is that when you use it, they have to verify you. So you have to upload a photo of yourself to verify who you are and that you're a woman. But what they did early on was that these photos weren't secure. They later, once the app got popular, they made it secure, but beginning, it wasn't secure. And there's some technical jargon on how it works, but basically, whenever you have a photo uploaded to the website, online to the cloud, it gets stored as a link, as a URL that can be accessed. And this link, generally, you have it public or a private based on your configuration. And early on, they made it all public, which means that if you have this link, you can see the photos of that was uploaded. And it wasn't made private as it should be. Generally, you want to make it private, secured, that you want to be able to log into the app to be able to see the photos, and you have to have the proper permissions. But with what they had, it was just a public link that anyone can be able to access it. And why would they do that? Generally, early on, it's just easier. My hypothesis is because it was just easier for them to have it public so they can develop faster. And that's one of the risks, is that if you want an app to be developed fast, you're kind of sacrificing security. And this is something you shouldn't sacrifice. So early on, they use an old storage that you need public. You don't have to be logged in to see it. And later on, once they got more popular, they made it private, as they should have in the beginning. But before and early on, they didn't. So this old data, from a couple of years ago, it got leaked by hackers. Since this app became so popular, and then it was so controversial about what it does, it becomes a target. And when it becomes a target, a lot of hackers come in, people criticize it, and that's what happened to the T app. And then hackers, they were able to figure out that the photos weren't secure. And how they likely figured this out was that they go through the process of uploading it, and then you can see that it follows a pattern of the link, the URL that it gets stored, and then they realize that they can guess the pattern to get other people's photos and realize that it's public. And then once they got all of that, they leaked it on the forums. So the problem was that the photos weren't secure, and they sacrificed security in the beginning to make it public, to speed up development. And when apps are moving fast, as in the rise, gaining popularity, and And also if they're controversial, it becomes a target of hackers. So what can we learn from this? We can learn that when you create your app's website, any sensitive information, like if you're gonna have users upload IDs to verify, you need to make sure that it's secure. And by having secure is that you have to be logged in to be able to see those photos, and not just logged in, you need to have the proper permissions for it. Because like an admin permission might not be the same as a regular user permission. So when you develop your apps, make sure that you need authentication and authorization, that you have to be logged in, and then you also have to have the right permissions. And don't sacrifice speed for security. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, what I noticed about the T app. Stay tuned for more videos where I talk about my journey as well, as long as what I've observed, things that I've learned along the way to make me a better web developer, things in tech, entrepreneurship, and travel. Thank you so much for watching.